Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories: country cookbooks, famous pears, pulp fiction, odd words, world travel, and noms de plume. Where do we begin, player 1? Fit for a King is full of his favorite recipes, including the chicken served at his wedding to Priscilla. Player 1? Correct. Player 1. The Little House Cookbook features frontier foods from this woman's classic stories. Okay, player 1. Right. Please pick again. It's the Daily Double. You are in the lead right now. How much are you going to wager, player 1? Answer. This daughter of Maybelle Carter honored her mom by writing Mother Maybelle's Cookbook. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. Player 1. You'll find Goober's banana pudding in this Mayberry Auntie's book of delightful desserts. Let's hear it, player 1. Good. Player 1. There's a recipe for butcher holler possum in Your Cooking It Country by this country music queen. Yes, player 1. You are correct. Please pick again, player 1. In business, done and blank. Player 2. Yeah! Right you are. Where do we begin? In the world of classic TV game shows, blank and Todman. Yes, player 1. Yeah, good. Player 1. On the ice rink, blank and Dean. Player 1.
Yeah!
Correct. You get to pick again. In medieval legend, Tristan and blank. Player 2. That is correct. Player 2. In literature and on British TV, Jeeves and blank. Yes, player 1. You are correct. Player 1, make a selection, please. Black Star was created by Johnston McCulley. Most famous for this hero, the best he ever created. Yes, player 3. You got it. Player 3. All Story Magazine's October 1912 issue featured this hero in A Romance of the Jungle. Player 1. You got it. Player 1. First serialized in Black Mask, the Maltese Falcon introduced the world to this detective. Let's hear it, player one. Yes.
Yeah! Woo!
Player one. Friedrich Schiller Faust wasn't a big name in this genre, but his pen name of Max Brand was. Player three. Right. Okay, let's get back. Under the name Maxwell Grant, Walter P. Gibson wrote about this pulp hero who knew where evil lurked. Yes, player two. That's right. Way to go. Okay, let's get back into this. Player two. You make the next. Dumbledore is actually an old word for this insect. J.K. Rowling imagined him humming all the time. Yes, player one. You got it.
Yeah! Woo!
Player one. The name of this light, crinkled fabric comes from the Persian shur or shakar, meaning milk and sugar. Yes, player two. Yes. Player two. The fact that clavate means shaped like this isn't something you have to hit me over the head with. Yes, player two. Yes. Player two. Too much time enjoying potent potables? You could end up with a Katzenjammer, one of these. Yes, player one.
Yeah!
Player one. Robinsonade is not a refreshing drink. It's a novel similar in theme to a work by this author. Player three. That's correct. Player three. Make a selection, please, as we continue. In July, you can sun yourself on this island and attend its Reggae Sunfest. Okay, player two. That's it. Where do we begin, player two? Dating back to the 6th century, Église Saint-Germain-des-Prés may be the oldest one of these buildings in Paris. It's player three. Good for you. Player three. Let's go to the Clue Crew for this next clue.
You might think twice about traveling to Réunion Island in this ocean. It's home to Piton de la Fournaise, one of the world's most active volcanoes.
Okay, player three. That's right. Way to go. Player three. Yapese and Ulithian are spoken there too, but shoppers should know this official language of commerce in Micronesia. Let's hear it, player two. That's right. Way to go. A lot of clues. Don't miss Russia's Winter Palace if you go for this opulent style that preceded Rococo. Yes, player one.
Yeah!
Yes. A lot of clues, a lot of category. In French, this graceful swimmer is un cygne. Okay, player two. Good. Player two. This peaceful bird is une colombe. Okay, player three. Correct. Player three. Ask your mother. This silly bird is une oie. It's player 3. That's correct. Player 3. This nocturnal bird of prey is un hibou. Let's hear it, player 2. Hey, you're right. And now the $1,000 clue. This small game bird is une caille. Player 2. That's it. Player 3 will select first in Double Jeopardy right after this. And we have 2 daily doubles awaiting you in these categories. The sporting life. Say it in Spanish. Make no mistake. It's a gas. U.S. city history. And spanning the globe. All right, player 3, as promised, you pick first in Double Jeopardy. You can weigh up to 147 pounds in this boxing class between lightweight and middleweight. Let's hear it, player 1. Yes. Player 1. In 1967, Memorial Coliseum in this West Coast city hosted the first Super Bowl. Green Bay beat Kansas City 35-10. Okay, player 1. Good for you. You get to pick again. In 2006, Massachusetts made this sport, invented there, the official sport of the Commonwealth. Okay, player 1. That is correct. You again, player 1. Here's Kelly. She'll show you.
Popular in the British Isles and the Commonwealth, it's the sport being played here.
Let's hear it, player 1. Right you are. Select again. This ABC show debuted April 29, 1961, with Jim McKay as host. Let's hear it, player 2. Yes. Player 2, you're in command of the board. The Bureau of Land Management can help you adopt one of these wild donkeys. Let's hear it, player 3. You are correct. Okay, let's get back. As well as manly or virile, this word can mean sledgehammer. Yes, player 2. Yes. All right, let's get whether after Cuba or not, it simply means free. Yes, player 2. Hey, you're right. Player 2. This can mean taste or flavor. Con mucho this means with great pleasure. It's player 3. That's right. Way to go. Okay, let's get back in, and I'll hand it off to Sarah.
In Spanish spelling, this mark above the N indicates that rather than una, the word should be pronounced uña.
It's player 1. Right. Player 1, start us. In Roman myth, Nenia, whose name means dirge, presided over these ceremonies. Yes, player 2. Right. Okay, let's get back. In Egyptian myth, the god Khnum made humans on a potter's wheel, using silt from this river. Yes, player one? That's correct. Player one. In a Botticelli painting, Zephyrus, the west wind, is blowing this full-figured newborn to shore. Yes, player one? Yep. Player one. This god of earthquakes called Rhea Mom and spent a lot of time in the water. It's player two. Right. A lot of clue. In Wagner's Ring Cycle, this Norse god is known as Donner. Player three? Good. A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player three. DuPont owns the trademark to this refrigerant gas introduced in the 1930s to replace hazardous substances. Yes, player one? That's correct. Player one. It immediately precedes lithium on the periodic table. Yes, player two. Right. Player two. The name of this gas comes from the Greek for strange. Let's hear it, player two. That's it. You again, player two. To make a simple fire extinguisher, put vinegar in baking soda, producing this gas that will put out a flame. Let's hear it, player one. Right. Okay, let's get back into around 1910 for chemical company BASF. Carl Bosch learned to make quantities of this gas from nitrogen and hydrogen. Player three? Yeah, good. Player three, you start. This Missouri city wasn't named for Scott or Janice, but for the Reverend Harris G., an early settler there. Yes, player one? Correct. Player one? 2 months before the Declaration of Independence, the Rhode Island Independence Act was signed in this city. Let's hear it, player one. Yeah, good. Player one, back to you. Answer, the first of the daily doubles, and you have the lead. So, what's your wager? All right, here's your clue. It was Arizona's territorial capital from 1867 to 1877, and a university was founded there in 1885. Congratulations, you're still in first, player one. You get to pick again. Indianapolis was laid out in a wheel pattern inspired by this other major city some 500 miles away. Let's hear it, player one. That's it. We return to you, player one. Jimmy will present this clue.
It was uninhabited when it was chosen as a territorial capital in 1836 and named for a president who died that year.
Player three. Yep. All right, let's get back into this. Haiphong, Cam Ranh, and Dong Hoi are all important cities in this country. It's player 3. That is correct. Player 3. At an altitude of 12,000 feet, this Bolivian city is the highest national capital. Let's hear it, player 2. Right. All right, let's go. Answer. The second daily double. You are currently in second place. How much? Answer this. Made from fermented cabbage, radishes, red peppers, and spices, kimchi is the national dish of this land. Right. Player 2. Here's Sarah to start us off.
This St. Petersburg Palace is named for the first Russian empress with this name. The second one was said to be great.
Yes, player 3. That is correct. And the $2,000 clue? This most populous African country's main ethnic groups are the Hausa, Fulani, Igbo, and Yoruba. Yes, player 3. That's it. You all move on to Final Jeopardy, which will continue after these messages. Here's today's Final Jeopardy category. American authors. You need to select your wager. Here's the clue for you. Injured on the Austro-Italian front on July 8, 1918, he also crossed the English Channel with U.S. forces on D-Day. Let's see your response. With that correct response, you will gain. Did you come up with the correct response? How much do you add to your total with that correct response? And your response? With that correct response, you will gain. Congratulations, player 1. You are our new champion. So long, everybody.